I did confirm last night and yesterday afternoon that the Chargers are very interested in Jim Harbaugh. He's at the top of the wish list. My hunch is he would rather stay at Michigan, but a lot of things will change. And this is one of the things that will change. The NCAA, and they did it on signing day. Oh, how petty of the NCAA. It's how they roll. The NCAA charging Harbaugh in Michigan with a level 1 violation for providing false and misleading information during the COVID season. I mean, governments were giving us false and misleading information. Michigan football can't. They also say there was some impermissible contact with recruits, 4 level 2 violations. Oh, really? You mean the same kind of recruits you can buy out of high school now? So this is classic NCAA, classic pettiness. Jim Harbaugh, for the record, he's going to be fine. If the NCAA comes down too harshly, too punitively, he'll just leave. And then Michigan's then holding the bag. And you say, so what? But the great college football coaches demand that you surrender some of your power to them. Saban did it. Dabo's done it. Harbaugh does it. If you don't relinquish some power, you can't get them or they leave. And that's the reality of it. Saban was the first to really flex. Harbaugh's done it as well. He doesn't really have a boss. And that's why Michigan football's good. And by the way, the last 2 years in college football, the ratings have gone up due to Michigan football's emergence in Deion Sanders. The SEC, congratulations in the South. They were hurting the sport. The sport was on a 6 and 7 year ratings decline. And then Harbaugh and Deion Sanders changed it. All these allegations just crack me up. Misleading information during COVID. The COVID football season in the NFL and college was a circus. Universities were taking loans from banks. They couldn't pay bills. Governments providing misleading information. We were all making stuff up. Nobody knew what was right and wrong, even hospitals. The other one is advanced scouting concerns with Connor Stallions. Yeah, scouting's legal, just not too much of it. The Jim Harbaugh critics, he's going to win. Right? He wasn't on the field for 6 games this year. They were 6-0, 5 blowout wins. He's going to be fine. He's going to go to the NFL. He's going to get $20 million a year. To me, the NCAA should spend their time reforming the NIL. It's a bit of a mess now. Reforming as best they can the transfer portal. They've done a pretty good job there. More needed. And reforming the NCAA rule book. Misinformation during the COVID season. I mean, honestly, so did the New York Times, hospitals, governments. That's your level 1 violation. Well, the advanced scouting, yeah, they beat Ohio State 3 years. In that year, they stopped advanced scouting. They beat them again, pushed them around the field, 200 yards rushing in the second half. So every sanction by the NCAA against Michigan, I think the NCAA, petty as always, wants us to think Harbaugh's done it and it's been sketchy. No, it just enlightens how misguided and petty the NCAA is and how it's completely out of touch. If you're banging on any program for the COVID years, I mean, Belichick told people he just gave up that year. Michigan, Harbaugh, if they had all this great information, why is it the only bad year Harbaugh's ever had at Michigan? Teams gave up. They made stuff up. They went to banks. Everybody was just bailing water. Hospitals were, governments were, the sport was. Media had layoffs. The country was in turmoil. That's your big get? Some misinformation during COVID? Petty, as usual. So, it's that time of the year again. No, not to unwrap presents. And drink eggnog. No. It's the time of the year when everybody in the NFL asks themselves, do we have the right coach and do we have the right quarterback? Some teams absolutely do. The Rams, Baltimore, the Chiefs. Right coach, right quarterback. Other teams think they do, and we're pretty sure they do, but we're not sure with one of them. Dallas, Buffalo, Houston, we like them both, but they're young, right? The coach and the quarterback. In Chicago, they probably don't have either. Okay. Well, he has improved. He tells no lies. In year one, he completed 59% of his throws. In year two, he completed 60. In year 3, 61. From 2-8 to 3-12 to 3-7. His touchdown to interception ratio is better, so is his passer rating. But this year it's 85.6. Last year it was 85.2. He has slightly improved. But Lamar Jackson, Josh Allen, Jalen Hurts exploded as they grew. They were tech stocks. This is like a 401k. We keep getting promised, hey, just wait. Someday you'll be rich. People don't have time to wait. Every quarterback who's special in this league showed us something by year 3. Mahomes, Lamar, Burrow, Herbert, Allen, Dak, Russell Wilson, Trevor Lawrence, every one of them. The returns on the investment to this point aren't there. And the improvement's gradual. And people can say, well, the organization has poor ownership and the wrong coach. Kyler Murray says, hold my beer. First 3 years, he'd been a Pro Bowler twice. Year 3 led him to the playoffs. Arizona's arguably the worst run team in the league. Matt Stafford was hurt in year 2. Year 3 in the NFL, he led the beleaguered Lions to the playoffs. Both Kyler Murray and Matt Stafford are the word I use often, overcomers. Well, Colin, there's been injuries. Same with Tua. Year 3, he led the NFL in passer rating. Bad coach, bad owner, bad culture, some injuries, bad O-line. Joe Burrow had the lowest rated offensive line and got his team to the Super Bowl. Justin Herbert, as a rookie, had the lowest rated offensive line, 32nd in the NFL, and set rookie passing records. The O-line for the Bears just isn't that bad. Their tackles are pretty good. They've got a number 1 receiver and a number 1 tight end. Their defense in the last 6 weeks is really good, really solid. Backs are okay. Even have a number 2 running back. Don't have to love the coach, but did you love Cliff Kingsbury? Kyler still took it in a better division of the playoffs. Did you like Detroit, Matt Stafford, year 3, that roster, that coach? He took him to the playoffs. He hasn't shown the ability to pop. Don't think the coach is perfect. Don't think the GM's elite or the team president or the poor ownership. I'm not blaming it all on Justin Fields, but the great ones overcome. They don't have to have everything lined up. I mean, Matt Stafford this year, he'll play tonight, has a chance right now they're in the playoffs. Cooper Kupp's not healthy. His most reliable receiver is a 5th-round rookie. Their offensive line is in flux. Their best player, the right tackle, Rob Havenstein's older and missed games. The defense has 1 star past his prime and kids, and they're on a heater. But he's got McVay. He does. Congrats. He's got that one thing, like a really good coach. I like Justin Fields. I think he's worth a 2nd-round pick. I think he'd be great in Atlanta. But when I hear improvement, I got to see a little tech stock. I got to see more than passer rating at 88 to 88.7. It's that time of the season. Everybody that doesn't have a great coach and a great quarterback, Rams, Baltimore, Buffalo, they think. Kansas City, not many. There's about 6 that are absolute and 6 we can argue over. But these are the discussions you have to have. And at this point, top to bottom with the Bears, I'd blow it up and start over. Eberflus had a good second half. Defensive coach. Sometimes looks over his skis. I'd probably blow it up and start over.
Hi, everybody. Thanks for watching. Subscribe here to get the latest from the show. Also, be sure to check out more of the best clips from The Herd or go watch a few segments from other shows on FS1.